Playboy, he the chop plenty Gary. He will steal your heart and he will run away. And he did. In part 1 of Playboy, he stole these girls' money and their hearts and ran away through the power of Afro Penis. And if you haven't watched part 1, I'll put a link in the comments. I'll pin the link in the comments below. You can watch it. If you have watched part 1, then you remember that these girls were number 1, really in love with Jesse Wright, played by Majid Michel.
So you're not cheating on me?
I couldn't, baby.
And what am I supposed to do? Lay low and watch her take my man?
Now that is where I have a problem with you, your unrepentant doubt.
Number 2, they are possible armed robbers.
Dear.
Number 3, these girls have a combined brain power of a hairbrush.
Natasha is the whore. Did you hear the audience? You're a dog, Wendy.
I can't say that. That's very offensive to my hairbrush. And in the part 2, the armed robbery theory goes much deeper. But in the meantime, Sidi, played by Nadia Buari, is the next victim. And over here, I observed something very interesting. So Jessie, who is now Kevin, sends flowers to Sidi. She's looking beautiful. A low-cut top that housed her breasts. The fuck? But showed enough to make any man curious about what else is under, creating a strong motivation in any man to boldly walk up to her and tell romantic lies. 8 wonders of the world, you are the 9th. Nobody says 8 because we all know there are 7 wonders of the world. And so you might be thinking this guy is stupid, or whoever wrote this thing for the movie is stupid. But it's actually very brilliant, and they may not have known it, but it makes a lot of sense. I made a video about this a while ago, about the reason why scam emails are so stupid. Like the English is so bad, the stories don't make any sense. It's called a false positive. Scammers do this thing on purpose to see if the person they're talking to is the right victim. The English is completely terrible, the story is always stupid, but if they can find a person who can believe that this person sending the email has inherited $75 million from a dead grandmother, that's the kind of person they can scam easily. So in the part 1 of the movie, all the stupid proposals.
I have to do this, Natasha. Sorry, Natasha. I just have to do it. Will you marry me?
How could you just slap me in public? That's just the limit.
I wanted to do the most stupid thing in my life for the last time before I take the most critical decision. Marry me.
The way he uses one girl to get money from the other.
I wouldn't want to hear this, but I'm so stuck, I'm probably going to go to Wendy for the money.
Have you lost it?
Well, going to Natasha is one of them. I mean, she'll do anything to get me the money, but...
It looked like it was nonsense on his part, but it's a real thing scammers do. The best scammers, at least. But then this is an old Ghanaian film, so it's very possible the person who wrote it genuinely thought that there are 8 wonders in the world and they don't know anything. But we know better, so we'll make it make sense by force. So in this case, the girl not being able to spot the clear error in the note shows that she's going to be a good victim. You are the 9th wonder of the world. Somebody should call Jay-Z. These are music producer thing. If you don't understand, you don't know about it. So she calls him, and once again they do the Afro Shakespearean thing.
Hello, Your Majesty. Splendid morning, isn't it?
I thought that you...
It's an honor to be the subject of your thoughts.
Where they engage in Shakespearean grandiloquent romantic musings.
Of all things more priestly, you set your heart to thoughts of me?
My heart dares to think of no other.
Then don't let me distract you, baby.
That make me sit and long for at least 5 minutes of existence where I'm totally deaf. Now see this dad, Kofi Ajololo, who I'm hoping was paid for the film.
About 7 producers in this country, they owe me monies, like that.
He comes to the company building because he can sense there's some trouble, but there's a silver lining.
Good afternoon. And why is the complex so deserted?
All management staff.
In between the firm breasts of the secretary, sitting in the middle, directing your eyes to the fullness of the Bobby. God bless the woman, Chichi. Wow.
Are attending a one-day personal enhancement seminar, sir.
She looks like the kind of secretary you hire for a bachelor party. And I want you to look very closely at Kofi Ajololo's eye line over here. Pay attention.
Good afternoon.
When you first see him, you think the woman is short, and then the eyes go up.
All management staffs are attending a one-day personal enhancement seminar, sir.
I see.
I know, you see. I see too. So Sidi and Jerry walk in and the dad is pissed.
It's almost 1 p.m. And I just arrived from Addis Ababa.
We know you are rich. They always do this in the old movies.
I just met the president of Rwanda in South Africa with some business people from Dubai to discuss some business prospects around the wine.
It's okay, we know they are rich. So Sidi and her dad have a fight, and then we get the iconic Nadia Buari monologue she does in every movie where she talks about the man she wants to be with no matter what happens in the world.
I'm a woman now.
A woman who happens to be the daughter of Alexander Lopez.
Wrong. A woman who will someday answer to someone else's name. A woman who desires to be loved. A woman who has found love. He means so much to me, Dad. I love him.
Seriously, is there a movie where she doesn't say something like this?
I love him.
And in almost all the movies, she's making the wrong decision.
Relax. Just relax. Slowly. It's like a game of chess, remember? It's pawn by pawn, bishop by bishop. And before you realize, checkmate.
So this theme of chess runs throughout the movie. I always had the biggest crush on Pascaline Edwards. I don't know, she just looks like she looks like she can make you feel good, you understand? So he takes Sidi to the office, they enter the room twice, editing mistake. Sidi's looking splendid one more time, her breasts spilling out eagerly, handfuls to hungry hands, nipples trapped inside a bra, begging to be freed.
I have been around, coast to coast, like butter and toast.
Like step-brother and sis, like the washroom floor and piece, they come together and lock lips in a passionate kiss. Now they're together, so you know what that means. They have to go shopping. It's a Ghanaian film. Then he proposes to her in the car.
I'm afraid just to give it up now.
Yes.
And then she tells her friends,
Yes, marry me! Do I hear a wedding bell? Yes!
Madam, this movement you are doing, do you also want the Afro-Benis? Are you practicing? They meet Sidi's dad again, who at this point has done 2 out of the 4 colors of the Ghana flag.
Obviously, the car you came in with looks quite expensive. What's the nature of the imports we're talking about here?
General goods, sir.
General goods. And what is the definition of the term general good?
General merchandise. That's what he does.
General merchandise is the explanation for general goods. And Daddy realizes that the daughter is stupid, so he doesn't fall for it.
I can see your ploy is to rope yourself into my daughter's future.
So he offers Jesse money for him to leave the daughter, but he doesn't do it.
I'm too involved now, sir.
100,000 Ghana City.
Not even 1 million. She's part of me now, sir.
Which makes sense. Why take a little money when you can take all their money? Sidi's dad completes the Ghana flag without the black star. Then the chess reference comes back.
Young man, are you familiar with the game of chess? Are you?
And he looks like that's because they did a fake robbery where they only found 10 CDs in her bag.
So she on. What? $10. 10 Ghana cedis. Cindy Lopez. The billionaire's daughter will have in your bag is 10 Ghana cedis.
So finally they get married. Now if you remember at the end of part 1, he spoke to these 2 women at the same time with some cutting edge technology, which is the wired headphones. She came back because she wanted another taste of the Afro-Benis.
What do you want?
Do I sense some animosity?
By the way, let's not forget, this guy left Accra to Kumasi after scamming girls in Accra. And then he marries a billionaire's child, and somehow the girls in Accra have not found out.
You go and get yourself hooked up with Alexander Lopez's prized possession in some fairy tale wedding that gets written all over the newspapers and all the soft sale magazines. Are you that dumb?
I know back then social media was not what it is now, but still these girls, the girls they show in the part 1 are not regular girls, they are celebrities. They went on TV because of this guy to bark like bitches. So it doesn't make sense for everything to be silenced to them just like that. Now back to the woman, she tries to blackmail him for Afro-Benis. Must be very, very strong for her to want to do that.
I want you. I want you all to myself. I want you out of this marriage.
He poisons her and she dies, as you can see over here from the classic Nollywood, Ghallywood shake of death. Also, she dies at home. So did he give her the Afro-Benis before she died? If he did, I think it's worth it. Also, did he poison her and then sleep with a woman he knows is about to die in a couple of hours? Wow. Then he convinces Sidi to let Julia, Pascaline Edwards, live with them.
Baby, I just want us to help her. Anything at all. Maybe a room downstairs or something. Something straight.
And you know it's a movie, so he has to do a stupid thing for them to be able to catch him, and this was it. She could have stayed far away, that would make it harder for them to catch him, but he really wanted Afro Punani. And because of this, we have a scene that I will never ever forget. it years ago when it came out, and I'm very, very sure it was not in the script. But the way he grabbed that Afro buttocks, let me tell you something, that scene changed the direction of my life completely. There's an alternate universe right now where I'm a millionaire because I didn't see this scene and fall in love with Afro buttocks. And you know what? I thank God. I thank God I'm in this universe. What? We thank God for Afro buttocks. And those of you who are into Euro buttocks, more power to you, but Afro buttocks is where it's at. Okay, that's it. Afro, all the kinds. Afro buttocks, Afro Caribbean buttocks, even Hindi buttocks, you know, Saudi buttocks, all of it is great. And then finally, one of the girls decides to travel to Kumasi and then she sees Jessie. So now we are back to the girls one more time. And this fucking scene, bro. Now, as far as they are concerned, Jessie is still dead. They haven't spoken to the Beverly yet to know that he's still alive. So over here, they are operating from the knowledge that he's still dead. But then they meet each other in the supermarket and out of nowhere, they start pulling guns.
Where are your puppies? Open your mouth and I'm gonna blow your fucking head off.
I mean, well, you just asked her a question, so she has to answer, or you wanted to do sign language to answer. Then the other girl also walks in with a gun, and there are two women holding guns in a supermarket, and the shop attendants are just there looking at it like this.
Wow, these people they have guns. That's crazy. Are they playing Pampana? Are they playing like a shooting game? That's crazy.
See that guy over there? He's chilling comfortably with guns around.
What is this all about, Chantel?
Jessie is not dead. What? He's alive in Kumasi, married to Sidi Lopez.
The purpose of this scene is to reveal that Jessie is still alive. So why the guns? For what?
You both have been used and damned.
Now the third act begins. We are introduced to Anita and Peter, who are all part of a grand master plan. Anita is a normal, regular girl. Peter is a normal, regular guy. So Sidi takes Peter into a house for some reason. She takes anybody into a house.
Pizza?
Yeah. No, I mean, I thought he'll probably do well in an intensive care unit or something.
Intensive care unit? What do you think they do over there?
I've been taking a closer look at him. He's so adorable.
I'm just thinking of how important it is for me to go to heaven. I'm thinking about my place in heaven and whether or not it's worth it for the thing I want to, that is in my head right now. I'm thinking about whether or not it's important. You know what? Heaven is important. Heaven is important. He is very adorable. Did you guys see him? Very adorable. So she starts trying to teach Peter some numbers and his name
3.
Hey.
And then Jessie brings some papers for her to sign. She doesn't read it and she signs it. You know what that means? Illuminati. Wait, am I recording? Later on, she's going somewhere, but she cannot find her husband. Where is he?
Oh, hi, Julia. Where's my husband?
He's waiting at the back over there, hoping she says a particular sentence that will set him up for the answer he wants to give with the particular words he wants to say.
He's outside washing the car.
Washing the car? What happened to the car wash?
Because I wanted my gorgeous wife to have a splendid drive and beautiful car washed by a loving husband.
I guess if she didn't say that, then he'll be standing there forever. They do this thing in so many movies. I think it's a Hollywood thing. And it looks nice until you think about it. So Sidi leaves, but what she doesn't know is that Jessie is trying to delete her. So in the part 1, he faked his own death and ran away from Accra to Kumasi. But because they have to catch him in the part 2, he becomes like a stone cold killer.
Just like the others, she's been crushed in a pool of blood and smashed into bits and pieces.
Peter is just sitting down there while they have this incriminating conversation, and like any normal guy, he's looking at the Afro buttocks and getting tingles. So Natasha and what's the other person's name? I've forgotten. These two girls, they finally find Jessie. They have a car chase, but they lose him. This is when they needed to use their guns the most, and they don't pull out their guns. In a supermarket where you're buying stuff, you're buying groceries, is where you pull out the gun. But over here, you don't pull out the gun. So it's time for them to leave. Jessie and Julia, Bonnie and Clyde. 99 days for the thief was done. They were about to cross over successfully into day 100.
Do you by chance know the lady that's on the right?
Shocking, they got caught. But let's look at the newspaper the girl is holding. KSM was 50 when this movie dropped. How long has this man been alive? And who is that person who snubbed Jay-Z? I'm very sure they're not Ghanaian. They cannot be Ghanaian. Nobody over here is snubbing Jay-Z.
Do you by chance know the man set on there?
Another shock, but newspaper again. Evil spirits made me what? Why is an evil spirit beefing with a baby? What did the baby do before life that they had to call it back immediately? What unfinished business did the baby have in the spiritual realm? Jesus Christ. Anyway, the chess thing comes back again.
Remember, I asked you once if you had lost a game of chess before. You have just lost one. I'm Inspector Harold from the Criminal Psychology Department.
Wow, that's Peter. He is a regular, normal guy. I'm very sure they wrote Criminal Psychology Department because he had to act as a mentally challenged person. So psychology department, he knows how they act, I guess. So they take Jesse away without reading him his rights. But they have evidence, so I guess it's fine. That's how the law works, right? I still will ask you to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. I'll ask you to like, let me think about the video, let me think about the movie. I'll tell you this, Playboy is actually one of the best. I think it might be the best old Ghanaian film. It's very, very well written by their standards. And not even just by their standards. Like the movie generally is a good movie. It makes sense. I wouldn't put it above Princess Tyra still. That one is still the best one to me. And I saw somewhere that this movie may have been copied from an Indian movie, this one too. So I don't know, maybe that's why it makes sense. But all of that aside, Playboy was a good film. Beginning to end. A lot of dumb shit in the beginning, the guns and stuff, you know, nonsense. There always has to be some nonsense in the old Ghanaian films. But it's still good. I enjoyed watching it again. I really, really love the Afro Botox of Pascal and Edwards in that scene. But I still don't love it as much as I love you guys. And I'll see you guys soon in another video. Sing the song.
I could never ever ask you to like and subscribe. But you go share my video if you know you're feeling my vibe. People are gonna never ever ask you to like and subscribe. But you go share my video if you know you're